Well, it looks like we got a new character trailer showing off some more of Age of Calamity. And I am so happy we finally get another look at the Yiga in this game, and also a new character. Like the Robbie and Purah trailer, this trailer is quite short, but unlike the Robbie and Purah trailer, I think this one shows us a bit more. Not just some characters, but a couple of locations. The trailer starts with our first look at Master Kogha within Age of Calamity. Before now, we haven't actually got to see him within this game. I have guessed that he would show up at least as a character within the story, and within some gameplay shown in the treehouse from the other week, we could see that one of the current missions was to find Master Kogha. When it comes to his appearance, Kogha looks as you would expect. He looks just like he did in Breath of the Wild. But there may be a reason for that, but I'll go over that in a little bit. This trailer doesn't confirm that Kogha will be playable, but I feel that he will. The shot of Kogha in the opening reminds me a lot of the victory screens we see of characters in Hyrule Warriors, or the shots of characters when they enter a battle. And so if this is a character introduction scene or a victory scene, it's very likely the voiceover from Kogha in this shot plays at another time, and has just been added to this part of the trailer. And yes, voiceover. It's again shown that all characters will be voiced in this game, and it's very, very likely that all dialogue, not just in cutscenes, will be voiced. Something I'm very excited to see, and I can't wait to hear it. Master Kogha's voice is honestly perfect for the character. Whoever is voicing him seems like they're having a lot of fun, and I can't wait to hear more of this crazy character throughout the game.
The stupendous chief of the Yiga clan, Master Kogha, is gonna kill you all to death!
After the intro to the trailer and Kogha, we move on to a new location we haven't yet seen within Age of Calamity. We seem to be within a small settlement, one very close to the Great Plateau. This is the first time that we have got to see the walls of the Great Plateau in anything related to Age of Calamity. While it was very likely we would be going to this location within the game, having Link and Zelda so close pretty much confirms it. Maybe the two were on their way to the Great Plateau before getting stopped by the Yiga. And within this group of Yiga, we see our first new character for Age of Calamity. We don't have a name yet, but their appearance is one adapted from the Yiga Blade Masters. He's much taller than the other Yiga members around him, and he uses two swords instead of a small weapon like the Vicious Sickle or a single wind cleaver used by the Blade Masters. This Yiga is also wearing a mask that's a little different from the other Yiga, possibly showing his rank. The mask has a cut in it which could possibly have been given to him by Link at another point in the game. The mask is also very similar to Master Kogha's. It has these wing-like protrusions on the side, though on Master Kogha's mask there is more. This got me thinking, what if this new Yiga is the Master Kogha we know from Breath of the Wild? While the Kogha we see at the start of this trailer does seem to be the one we know, as he has the same look and personality, the big question around him is, would he still be alive within Breath of the Wild, as he already seems to be quite a bit older than characters like Impa and Purah. The name Master Kogha is more of a title, something given to the leaders of the Yiga people. So what if in Age of Calamity, the Kogha we know from Breath of the Wild is this new Yiga? And because he's not yet the leader of the Yiga people, he does not go by the title of Master Kogha. This new Yiga could also be the son of the current Master Kogha. The two do have very different appearances and personalities from the looks of it, but it could just be that over time, all Yiga leaders end up looking and acting very much alike. That's just a little idea. The Master Kogha from this could still very likely be the one we fight in Breath of the Wild, maybe kept alive by some kind of magic from Ganon, or another character we see very soon. Moving on, we then get another shot of Master Kogha, doing one of his poses that we see him do in Breath of the Wild. Judging by the pattern on the ground around him, this little shot takes place at the Yiga Hideout, by the giant pit we fight him around in Breath of the Wild. We then move on to one of the more interesting shots in this trailer. A shot of Master Kogha the new Yiga character, and a mysterious person all in black. For now, I don't want to focus on this mysterious person too much as we do see them a little more coming up. But we can see here that they do seem to be looking or reading something. Master Kogha and the new Yiga sit together close by. Well, it looks like Master Kogha is more lounging than sitting. From the looks of the surroundings though, I think this very likely takes place within the Yiga hideout. I'm very interested to know what might be going on in this scene, as it does look to me as if the new character is looking at something or reading something that they can then tell or show to the Yiga. The next scene goes back to Master Kogha, posing as he's surrounded by other Yiga. This takes place in the same location we fight him in Breath of the Wild. This could be part of a larger cutscene, or again, I feel this scene gives off the feeling of an intro or victory screen for the character. Kogha's pose and the lighting also makes me want him to have a musical number. It just looks like he could burst out into song at any moment here. We then get the final part of this trailer, and this is definitely the most interesting part of the whole trailer, as we get to see a brand new character. In this scene, the new character stands in front of a couple of Yiga foot soldiers, very likely ordering them to do something. It could be a couple of places, but the location this takes place reminds me a lot of the Lost Woods because of the fog and the large amount of trees, though it still could be another location. Now let's talk a little bit about this new character. I have seen a lot of different ideas on who people think this person could be. I've seen a lot of people say that they think it could be someone like Girahim, Yiga or Vati because they have a very similar look. While I can see where people are coming from with this, they do all look very alike. I highly doubt it's any of these characters. We've had nothing hinting towards any of these characters being around at this time. 2 are supposedly sealed away and 1 is supposedly dead in another dimension. I find it very unlikely that this new character is any of them. My first thought on who this could be is the mysterious fortune teller we were told about at times in Breath of the Wild. We don't know much about this person other than that they did have connections with the royal family. I have always suspected that this fortune teller may have been an evil character and may have been working as a spy within the walls of Hyrule Castle for the Yiga. But in this appearance, I don't think the royal family would trust this character. They do look pretty evil and suspicious. So maybe if they do work as a spy in Hyrule Castle, they have a different appearance for when they are there. We could maybe have another Aghanim character on our hands. Aghanim from A Link to the Past made his way into the castle and became trusted by the royal family, only to then turn around and betray them. It's also heavily hinted that Aghanim was just a puppet or other form for Ganon to use from the Dark World, as he couldn't actually leave. With this character's design, there are 3 things that really stand out to me. The Gerudo symbol on the back of the cloak, the malice-filled eye on their head, and the strange red contraption they're holding. Let's start with the last one. I'm guessing this will be the main source of this character's magic or power, and may also be used as a weapon, especially if they're playable. The item itself looks like a giant ancient core, a drop you can get from defeating guardians. But obviously now this giant ancient core seems to be corrupted by malice. Next, the Gerudo symbol. In the trailer, despite the character hanging around members of the Yiga clan, we never actually see anything to show that they are a Yiga member. So with the Gerudo symbol on their back, it makes me wonder if this new character could possibly be a member of the Gerudo. We know that the Yiga and the Gerudo are the most connected with Ganon, the Gerudo being the people who gave birth to Ganondorf, and the Yiga being the ones who work for him and tried to get him to return. Another thing to note is the yellow eyes on this character. Yellow eyes are associated with the Gerudo, more so the old Gerudo, the times before the Gerudo were accepted by the Hylians and seen as thieves. The yellow eyes could maybe be a hint towards how old this character is, or perhaps that they are from a line of Gerudo that didn't mix with Hylians. Maybe there are more Gerudo traitors than just this one person. Perhaps a full group of Gerudo who still follow the old ways of their people and serve Ganondorf, hiding out in the desert. Maybe this character is the true leader of the Yiga people. manipulating and controlling them from behind the scenes. And if they are really old and have been around since the time of Ocarina of Time, just how long have they been controlling this group of people? Maybe this person is the one who manipulated certain Sheikah into leaving and becoming the Yiga. Perhaps a character like Twin Rover, who we have seen in many past games. They are some of Ganon's most dedicated followers, as they raised him. They have fought for him and even tried to revive him. I'm not saying this new character is Twin Rover, though it would be really cool if it somehow did end up being her. I'm just saying it's more likely to be someone with a similar goal and maybe connection to Ganon. If this character is Gerudo, it may also explain why they seem to be in the Yiga hideout. From the looks of it, the Yiga hideout was once an old Gerudo shrine or small temple. It's believed by a lot of fans that the Yiga chose this location to both spite the Gerudo and be closer to where Ganondorf was raised. Perhaps within this location is Gerudo text hinting towards where Ganon is hidden and how to find him, so the Yiga need a Gerudo to read it for them. The Gerudo symbol could also very simply just be a sign to show they work for Ganon, but I like the idea of them being Gerudo more. And finally, let's talk about that Malice eye. It's centered on their forehead like a jewel in a crown. It really reminds me of the large jewel we see on the crowns and headpieces that Ganondorf wears in a lot of Zelda games. Even in what we've seen from Breath of the Wild 2, he still wears a very similar crown to past games. This makes me think more that this could perhaps be some type of Aghanim character. Maybe not really a character controlled by Ganon, but someone who works extremely closely with him. The eye on their forehead could even be used as a way for Ganon to see through their perspective, kind of like a camera. If we do go more down the line of this being someone controlled by Ganon though, maybe this character is someone who has been completely corrupted by Malice, and now is some kind of puppet for Ganon to control. And this would not be the first time we've seen Ganon control people in a way like this. In Twilight Princess, we see him control Zelda's body at the end of the game. Maybe something similar could be happening to this person. So those are my thoughts on this new trailer. I'm really enjoying these small little snippets into the game, and it looks like they'll be coming out maybe weekly leading up to the game's release. Everything we see from this game just makes me more excited, and I can't wait to see more of these new characters within the game. I think these new characters are going to lead to some really interesting story points. Thank you all for watching. Tell me down below your thoughts on this trailer and what your favourite part of it was, and your thoughts on this new mysterious character. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a like. If you're new around here and want to see more Zelda content, consider subscribing. I post Zelda content every week, and I'm currently trying to get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We are so close now. Along with that, I'll also be doing a Let's Play of Age of Calamity when the game comes out. Thank you all for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!